6:32. Kuzo Zangpo and good evening to all of you. So in order to mark this historic event, I, on behalf of Bhutan Birdlife Society, we welcome here online patron Tasho Benji and the chairman Mr. Sering and all the participant members to mark this historical event on an evening for a bird, a webinar series by Bhutan Birdlife Society. So I would like to pass this platform to Mr. Sering Phuntso for the background of the webinar series.
Ishe, maybe we can have the agenda first. Hello, Ishe.
Kuzo, sir.
Ishe, do you want to project the agenda first?
Yes, sir. I want, sir.
No. Ishe Doji, do you want to first agenda chi project begin? Lasola, am I audible? Looks like I cannot hear many of you. So
yes,
I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ishe, for giving me this platform. So today I'll be facilitating this important talk series. So we have named it An Evening for a Bird. So it's going to be a webinar series, and this is a dry run. We wanted to pilot it first, and then from the second, third onwards, we want to have a wider audience. So firstly, I would like to welcome all the participants, and fortunately, we have Dasho Benji, who is the patron for Bhutan Birdlife Society. Welcome, Dashu and Kuzo Zangpo from all of us. We have Chairperson Hishe. Welcome to you as well, sir. And all the founding members, the Birdlife Society members, the presenter, the speaker, and all of you. So welcome to this maiden talk series, first one. We sincerely hope that we'll do justice to it. And this talk was conceived last year by a few of us, and we proposed it to Bhutan Birdlife Society team, especially the secretariat, and they were very keen on it. So this lockdown period, we took the advantage of making ourselves available, and we decided to host this first one. And interestingly, we have two avid bird watcher, one from Samtse and one from Thimphu. So I'll later introduce both the presenters. But before that, I would like to present the agenda. So after my introduction, I would like to invite Dashu to give a brief opening remark. Then I'll introduce the presenter, and then we'll have Q&A session after that. For the better quality of the recording and all, we would like to request everyone to mute yourself as much as possible, and only later during the Q&A session you can unmute yourself or raise hand or let us know. We also have a video presentation so produced by one of the avid bird watcher, and we'll have Q&A. And the last segment of the series is discussions related to bird life and conservation law. So basically we have 3 segments, and the last part is not necessary that you have to stay back. If you are quite busy, you can leave early, but those interested can stay back. That is going to be the most fun part of the entire segment. So we are going to pilot, as I said, we are piloting this, and we hope that it will be interesting today, and it will be truly an evening for bird. So before I welcome Dashu Benji, I would like to quickly provide the gist of the entire webinar talk series. So when we conceived this, we said that this talk will be by the Birdlife Society members for the Bhutan Birdlife Society members. So it is for ourselves, and it will be by the members. So that's why it is for the first time we wanted to keep it closed door. So it's only the Birdlife Society members, Facebook members, and the invitation has been sent to all. And I'm glad that we have about 51 now. So thank you all for giving your evening for a bird. And I promise that we'll have a very interesting presentation, discussions, and knowing each other. So let me, the background, it's a full moon day, by the way, and we are very, this is quite auspicious, I believe, in Tendril. So, and we have our own Dashu Benji, who has been one of the key person in the country who have been a strong steward of conservation. So we thank you so much, Dashu. And today, all of us see you as a full moon. We look up to you, and we are inspired by you. The main objective of this, we have 5 objectives. The first one is to exchange knowledge and information about birds in the country or other species. To build, the second one is to build the capacity of the birders or the BirdLife Society members. And one interesting objective is also to encourage Bhutanese citizens to appreciate nature and bird life. And in the process, we build network. So if you look today in this talk, we have participants across the country. Most of us know each other, but yet there are a lot of new faces. So this forum is an opportunity to know each other, and we build network. And future, when the COVID relaxation happens, I think we can travel to different districts, Songkhaks, help each other, and also expand our network. And the final one is, as I was saying, we all are working in different organizations across the board. So we want to see our members become the stewards of conservation in future. So in gist, these are the 5 major objectives of the session and evening for a bird. And we thank Bhutan Birdlife Society for taking this idea and giving us the platform, without which I think the outreach would be very limited. But here on, the talk can be facilitated by any of the member. And if you want to speak, or if you want to show your videos or anything, please write to Ishe at bhutanbirdlifesociety@gmail.com, or provide your feedback. So with this broad background and objective, I would like to now welcome Dashu Benji, Dashu Paljo to give your opening remarks. Dashu, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the core team of the BirdLife Society for inviting me to address this inaugural meeting of the society webinar. And I want to welcome all the participants to this growing family of birders of Bhutan. Welcome. And I'm so happy to see that this is a growing family, and it is such an active one too. You guys are like a dream come true for me, because we need people who love nature, who love watching, going out birding, contributing towards the protection of our natural habitat, not just only for birds, but for the entire spectrum of flora and fauna. And you all are very important because you all will be the protectors of this wonderful heritage of ours that we have in Bhutan. And I want to congratulate each and every one of you, and also to ask you to keep spreading the word that you are playing a very important role in protecting the natural beauty of Bhutan. Not only that, I hope that it will get international support and international floor on which we can make all our presentations of what we're doing to protect nature here in Bhutan. The birders of Bhutan, it's a very special gift that you have, that I am really honored to be a part of you. I mean, it's no longer us and now we are all a family, a part of this family going ahead together. And I'm very proud to be a member of this family. And I hope we will continue to grow. For me, I interact with Yishe. Yishe, I mean, I'm just simply awed by your passion. And I hope that we can continue to instill this passion in all our members, because we have to make sure that we keep passing the baton down and keep building this family. And I want to wish all of you the very best in your lives, in your careers, in the many walks of life that you belong to. And we are all just birders of the same family. We all love doing the things that we are doing. And I want to congratulate all the people who are contributing and sharing their knowledge that they have acquired in the field. One of the most important things that we can do is we must share. We must share to build up our basis, our foundation, and build a good foundation for the society. And you know, to me, you make me so proud to see all of you interested in taking up this passion of yours. And I want to wish you all the very best. And let's have a wonderful evening today. And then this will lay the foundation for many more meetings. And I hope it will also inspire every one of you to come out and share your experiences. Don't be shy. Go out with the video. Doesn't matter. But the thing is, it's a passion that you have, that you share, and I hope it's infectious. I hope it's a terrible coronavirus of bird watching that will spread, and all the good things that will happen in this country, thanks to all your contributions. And once again, thank you for inviting me this evening, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Dasho. It's always a pleasure having you, meeting you, seeing you, and listening to you. I think every time we listen to you, we are always amazed at your the oratory skills. And I hope our presenters, our listeners will inherit this skills, the passion from you. And as I said earlier, we are inspired by you. And your blessings are much needed. And all this time, as a patron, as an advisor, you have always inspired us. And thank you so much for sharing a wonderful evening and missing your cricket match today. So thank you so much. I hope you will enjoy the presentation. The first presentation is a place near to Jaldapara. So I hope it will connect to your memories from Jaldapara. It's a presenter will present from Pugli. Let me now introduce the first presenter today. So we have with us today Mr. Purna Bahadur from he will be speaking from Pugli. He is by profession, by education, he is a mining engineer. And had it not been for this talk series, I would have never guessed that he would be a mining engineer. You will hear more from him later. He is fondly called as Puran rather than Purna. So Puran will talk about the Black-headed Cuckooshrike, which is a new record for Bhutan. And he will take us through his personal journey and the sighting of the bird and some interesting personal stories. And he belongs to a local birding group of Samtse called the Dragon Birding Amigos. So he will talk about that also later. It's interesting that we have across the country such similar groups. And as Tasho said, these are amazing people doing wonderful job. So with this, I don't want to waste time. So I would now like to request Puran to kindly take over, and let's enjoy that. This is a very informal talk series, so no protocols. Please be relaxed and let's enjoy. And as Tasho said, let's give this evening a wonderful time. Lasla.
Thank you so much, Sring sir, for this wonderful opportunity. Honorable Patron, Dr. Benji, respected Chairman, Bhutan Birdlife Society members, my colleagues, and dear participants. Very good evening to you all. I would like to thank Bhutan Birdlife Society for inviting me among other talented birders and experts out there in this first webinar series, An Evening for a Bird. So without much time, let me just take you through my slides. I hope you all can see my screen. Am I audible?
Yes, Puran.
So to start with, begin with, let me briefly introduce myself again. I am Purna Bahadur. I have BTech in mining from India, and by profession, I am a mining engineer and currently working in PCL Gomtu Samtse. And I have been birding for the last 5 years now. And my favorite bird is wall creeper, because this bird species has a close association with my workplace, as it is a winter visitor to my mining site. And this is one of the species that its habitat is actually created by mining rather than destroying and driving away. And so far, my bird count is 240 in this last 5 years journey. And today I'll be speaking on Black-headed Cuckooshrike, which is new to Bhutan, that I have recorded from Pugli, Phuntshopelri, Samtse. So to share my personal journey, I have started birding since 2017. And my friend Samtse, he's with us today. He introduced me to Birds of Bhutan Facebook group back then, and I started posting my birds thereafter. And my first record of this my favorite bird, in fact, when we published a small article in our annual newsletter, Birds of Bhutan members and many colleagues were impressed, and they were happy to see industrialists and the companies are interested in bird conservation and all. So the next day I got a call from my friend Tasisring. I hope he's here today also. And he invited me to our Dragon Birding Amigos group, and then promised me to visit my workplace to photograph this beauty. But his promise is still not fulfilled, and I am still waiting for him. And 1920, another year, was birding together with my amigos and hunting for hooded pita in Kalapan areas. And also this Eurasian was rediscovered after 2005 record from Pugli, and we Dragon Birding Amigos published a book, Guide to the Birds of Samtse, first edition. And 2021 was another big year for me, because it is dream come true for my birding journey. So in 4 years of birding, I finally could record this first record to Bhutan. And likewise, other species, dark-sided thrush is also third record to Bhutan, which is also new to Samtse, and we also presented the paper in BES, Bhutan Ecological Society, Samtse Songbertla. So let me introduce my Dragon Samtse Birders group. We have Maniwangdi, is a teacher. In Samtse, Tasisring is a forester. The Jimmy Jamso is also a teacher and officiating principal. Bouquet, myself, Ugen Tamang, he's a financial guy from Tasi Commercial Group, and we have Tasi Doji sir is also a forester, senior forester. We have 3 nature guides here from Thimphu, Subhas Rai, Tashi, and Ugen. We have a lady member here, Punam Rai, office assistant from private firm in Samtsila. So let's look a little more about this black-headed Cuckooshrike, and it's as you can see from the picture, the head and the hood part you can see black by the name itself. It's dark slaty gray head, neck, and upper breast, but with the darker gray thin mantle and with the white belly. It is a medium-sized Cuckooshrike, 18 to 20 cm and weighing 20 to 35 gram. But female lacks the black hood and has a whitish phylum. And juvenile and immature is similar to female with the underparts barred white. So this one, the upper one is the original record from Pugli, and the below one is from Google ebird.org. This is a male. So when we talk about its distribution, it's basically distributed among Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia. And the closest record of this bird prior to my finding is from Darjeeling and West Bengal in India, as per eBird observation data set. It breeds in northern India and Myanmar, but these are also recorded in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, and all. Its habitat mostly in deciduous forests and broadleaf forests and in the plain areas, but it can also migrate up to 2000 mass L, which means we can expect this species in other region or parts of our country, not only in southern belt like Samtse, Sarpankelifu and all. But having said this, the research and the experts claims that the lowland birds have started moving upland. So maybe if we are to find this species in Thimphu or any other region, it should not be surprising for us. So any one of you can be always ready to get the second record of this species. As per the IUCN status, this is list concern, and according to BirdLife International 2017, the population of this species is basically stable one. So there has been no such specific population survey of this bird. So here we have a female bird photograph from eBird only, and you can just see the male is with the black head and hood, and female is gray. So next, the location and the record, first record from Bhutan is from Phuntshopelri, Pugli, it's a Noyenpaling, and Samtse. I recorded it first photograph in my residential area. It was in second phase of lockdown in 2021, I think May, as I was usually in the kitchen garden. So I heard this unique bird call for around 2 days. On third day, I could be successful for the record shot, and immediately I shared with my amigos and the Bhutan Birdlife Society members. And later, it was confirmed that it is new record to Bhutan, and this is how my 4 years journey became a fruitful and dream come true. And 19th May, I could photograph this bird around 49 hours. And of course, this is also how a mining personnel like me landed up discovering the bird species to Bhutan rather than stones or minerals as per my career. But it doesn't mean that I'm not doing my job. I'm doing it simultaneously. So the general challenges of the birds and we have in any industries or any environment is normally it's a human development activities like infrastructure development, road, dams, and all. So the second thing, which is extractive industry, especially mining, grazing, and expansion of agriculture. So these are the threats and challenges to avifauna and birds and animals. And the forest fire is another common threats or the challenges the avifauna and the animals do. And recently we are seeing some forest fire going on in around the country. So it is very actually a disturbing one. Now, to move on, as I'm from a mining background, and to share my conservation effort, the mining industries, the mining companies, and as an individual, as a professional person, I just wanted to highlight this and to share you my message that we mining companies have to reclaim the areas, and it is our mandate that once we mine out all the areas, we have to reclaim it back, though it won't be 100% the natural as we started before, but we always try to make it as much as possible. You can just see in the left top corner, this is a artificial borneo pool that we have created in one of the reclaimed mines, and this has attracted many birds and animals, and you just see the dusky thrush. This is also new to Samtse, and we will be coming up in the second edition. This was just recorded in nearby this vulnerable area. So third one, like it is a mandate for mining industries that we have to plant the species, normally the high value economic trees, but I would rather go for the trees that would be much beneficial for the birds and other animals. Like this is ficus, is a common tree there, and the fruits will really attract the birds, as you can see in the photo. And another tree we have is coral tree. This is also very popular and fast species growing tree in the southern belt, and it can really grow fast. So that's how we have, and I have chosen the plantation in the reclamation mines. And this is the gist of conservation effort we as a miners, mining companies and industries are putting into as our moral obligation and in the conservation effort in all. And to conclude here, I would say that let us not leave this conservation work only to those who are paid for. It is our individual social responsibility. We have a common goal to share this planet Earth with the balanced ecosystem and healthy environment. So when we have the industries and companies practicing eco-friendly, but if the staffs or employees or anyone among the industries or the companies is not there, the implementation part would be quite a failure. So once a person with a passion and interest is there, the awareness and in nature conservation would be naturally be there. So a GNS country like ours and carbon neutral country, Bhutan, it's always good to have such kind of people with passion and interest in every organization, irrespective of the backgrounds, like, you know, every the mining engineers, the doctors, or lawyers, or anyone can contribute to this nature conservation to, you know, even if you have less time in this contribution. And I would say the very foundation of this Bhutan Birdlife Society is based on these three principles. I have noted it here: birding, passion, and conservation. And once we do a small thing or a small work with passion, and magic begins there. And it is not how many hours we work, but it is it matters. It is about how long, how many hours we work with our heart and soul. And this is the very reason why Bhutan Birdlife Society within short span of time could really do a good job, like publishing a journal, monthly journal, and we have our own authenticate data collection system without having to depend on the foreign experts, which we used to do earlier. And we have recently, yesterday, we have launched our website, and this is where different background people with the same passion and interest works. The success story will be definitely be highlighted. And this is the message I want to share with you all. And thank you so much for listening to my story with your patience. Thank you.
Thank you, Purna. Thank you so much for your presentation. Before I speak a little bit about your presentation, your name literally means full. So I think it's quite a coincidence that on a full moon day we have you, and we have you as the first speaker,
yes,
and all the way from the foothills of the country, which all of us from many parts of the country miss dearly, especially during this COVID situation. Thank you so much for uplifting our spirit, and despite being in the COVID-19 high-risk zone, you took time for us. So thank you so much, and we really enjoyed it. I think you rightly pointed out that it's the collective responsibility of citizens like us with a diverse background to really care for the nature, and that is exactly which is enshrined in our constitution. And I think we all, it's our responsibility to do whatever we can. And I'll not talk about much on the thing. I think you made it very clear. The new record introduced the black-headed Cuckooshrike, and I'm sure there are interesting questions from the audience. We will take only, in the interest of time, we will take only 4 questions. But before I invite the questions and comments, I would like to invite Hishe sir, who is the chairperson for the Birdlife Society, if you want to say anything. And also, I would like to introduce you to the other members who are not familiar with you. So our Hishe is the chairperson for the Birdlife Society. He is a self-taught ornithologist, so to say, an entrepreneur, and also a great supporter of birdlife conservation in the country. Hishe, if you are still with us, I would like to give you some minute or two.
Thank you very much. I was a little late to join the presentation, as I had informed Hishe that I've been doing some manual work outside just to keep myself occupied. So I had to really rush up the stairs. I live in a building which has 6 floors. So I was really out of breath when I reached here. So anyway, I'm glad that I managed to join in time to listen to your introduction, Singh's introduction, as well as the inspiring opening remark from one of my mentors, Tasha Benji. And then actually, I'm very, very thrilled to hear the presentation by Purna. To be absolutely honest, as a layperson, somebody who likes the environment, I always, have some negative attitude towards miners, because I feel that miners are a threat to our environment. But to see your presentation, and then also to have somebody like you in this sector who is pro-conservation, I think is a very, very good sign for all of us. And then I think all our other colleagues will agree with me that it is an honor to have somebody like you, very passionate and actively involved in our society. So right now, I think that's all I have to say. Let's continue with the rest, and then maybe I might have some more to say later. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Hishe. Thank you for taking your time as well. Lasola, as I said, in the interest of time, we'll take only 4 questions now. If you have any burning questions, comments, or if you want to know more, please, the floor is open. Anyone raising hand? Anyone, you can just jump in. You can just unmute yourself. Please break the ice. Okay, there's a online in the chat box. There's one question for SY, someone SY. So question to Purna sir, how you manage bird watching and your profession? What I would be your bird watching rate in a week? So I think the question is clear. Purna, do you want to respond? How do you manage between watching birds and your job in that? And your rate of bird watching per week. So simple, straightforward question. Purna, please, if you are there. Okay, maybe we'll park this question now. Any other question? Looks like there's Purna have some connection issue. Purna looks like disconnected for a moment, but maybe someone can respond to the second question. Phuntshopelri is asking, what should I do to be a good birder? Maybe Ishe sir, since you are a seasoned birder, maybe you can respond to Phuntshopelri.
Okay, I'll just try to answer. But I think the very fact that you are participating in this webinar, as well as being a member of BirdLife Society, I think you're already on your track to becoming a good birder, because everything starts with a passion, as was also mentioned in the presentation by Purna. So you're already there. So there's nothing more you need. You just have to keep, engaging in your passion further, and then you will pick up, because everything in life is practice. Like, for example, when I started birding, I could not differentiate between turtle dove and a rock pigeon. And now when I see it, I laugh at myself, thinking like,
hello.
These two are so...
I'm sorry, sir, my net went off, so I'm back.
Plus,
okay.
Thank you, Isha sir, for the good response. Maybe someone can, in the chat box, provide more advice to Phuntshopelri. Puran, there was a question from one of the participant member. The question is, how do you divide time between birding and your profession, and what is your per week birding rate?
Oh, Lasso sir, sorry, my net just went off, so I'm back.
Fine.
Can you hear me? I think
Yes,
sir,
yes.
someone asked me that question. Now, bird watching, as I've said, mentioned that it's not about how many hours we normally manage, but whenever it, I take it in leisure time, especially, and after and before duty hours, and weekend, Saturdays and Sundays. And to be honest, and this is a beautiful activities. We don't require to really be going out in the jungle or in a faraway place, deep in the jungle. We can just be inside home, and through the windows and doors we can always watch. And that's how I initially began with my birding journey. My favorite place would be in kitchen, in fact, so that I can manage both the cookings and the bird watching through windows and doors. And yeah, definitely, as I am being a mining, I have to be always in the nature, and my place itself is in the nature. So whenever I go to work site, I will be always carrying my camera, and then in the work site also I would be carrying my gadget. So on the way back to home or back to office, I will be always watching and then clicking. So this is how I manage normally, and other leisure time also. It's the similar thing.
Yes. Thank you, Puran. There's another question Pemdem is asking. The question I'll just read out. Purna sir mentioned that mining sites actually have positive impacts on some of the bird species. Can you explain in more?
Well, As I mentioned before, the wall creepers and other species like wagtails, white wagtails, and thrushes. These normally likes barren open areas, like other birds in the bushes or deep jungles. And as you pointed out, though mining, when we say mining, definitely there will be lots of activities going on, pollution, the sound, the blastings and all. But I would rather say this bird like wall creeper, the thrush, rock thrush, white, wagtails especially, and even forest wagtails, normally visit my site all the time. So that is how I go and look around, and I conclude myself that the activities we are doing is not actually directly traced to them, and instead our activities would encourage them for the feeding grounds, insects and all. And there might be other species like nightjars and all, which loves the open area and the dry areas. So mining as publicly, or the most people see, is the very disturbing and damaging. It is our living livelihood, and we have to carry out in unity in development. If we think the damage or the impact point of view, agriculture is our civilization, and we still do. But if we really do look into research, there are lots of effects due to the chemical fertilizers and the pesticides we use. The decline of birds population is mostly because of this agricultural expansion and other human development activities. And mining, to say, I would conclude that yes, it has of course the effects, but we can always do, as I have pointed out, do eco-friendly mining.
Yes. Thank you, Puran. There are two more questions. I think this will be the last question that we'll take, and we'll move on to another segment. But the two questions are quite similar. I'll just read out for you.
Yes.
This is from Sringelsen. The first one is from Sringelsen. Can you suggest a reliable source, book or website to learn about the birds? The second one is from Khemraj Adhikari. Do we have any apps to detect the name of the birds and other species? Though we encounter many birds, we cannot identify. So if you can kindly respond to it. And can I request you to be a little brief so that we save time? Thank you.
Yes. To this, I think I may not be rightly giving the answers, because there are lots of books like Indian Subcontinent I would recommend, but I'm also yet to receive that book, and I have the small note India, Bhutan, and Nepal board book which I'm using. But Indian Subcontinent by, I think, Tim Scheme and Gravel would be best for you all. And other question was what was the other question, sir? Okay.
Is there any app?
Yeah, I think this we can. There is a eBird or some other app which I normally don't use. So far, I have not used any birds, but simply I post in the Birdlife Society.
It's okay. So thank you, Purna. I think there are in the chat box responses coming in from colleagues, different members to the question. So I think that is automatically responded. So Puran, once more, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And I hope in future we will be able to see you in person and listen more about the Birding Amigos stories from Samtse and also from the other members, active members like you. Thank you so much. With this, I would like to now move on to the second segment, which is similar to